Welcome back to the Crypto Report, everybody. I am Crypto Kip, and today we have quite a bit to talk about. Yes, the title of this video is a $30,000 Bitcoin. I'm going to put up a poll in the chat to see if you guys agree or disagree if that can come this month. We got to talk about a little bit of some of the news here that's been happening yesterday. Credit Suisse Bank in Switzerland having huge problems. Over $500 million are in that bank. And the big question everybody's asking is, what is the best place for your money? Is it Bitcoin? Is it in the banks? Or, what's the breakdown of that? We're going to talk a little bit about some of the fears going on in the market and where you could consider putting your money and what might be coming in the crypto market on account of some of this bank fear. It looks like some banks might fail, so we got to talk a little bit about it. We're also going to take a peek at the CRO versus Bitcoin chart, as there is something very, very important happening in that chart. And a couple huge updates that Crypto.com has put out as of late, which we need to discuss. Crypto.com CEO Chris Marszalek has been very vocal lately, which is great for that company. And we're getting ready for the next bull market, guys. So let's get into it. We're doing a stream early today. Blacksea couldn't be with me. Got something going on tonight, so we had to push it forward. So make sure you guys are in that comment section, hitting up the like button and subscribing to the channel, guys. 5 videos every day for you, and at 10,000 subscribers, we're giving away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin to one lucky subscriber. So do not miss out on that, folks. Let's get into it. Hey, Crow fam, Fit in Crypto, good to have you in the chat. Let's talk a little bit about some of the charts that we got going on. So right now, we are looking at the crypto market, and we are at $1.077 trillion. Bitcoin dominance at 44.3%, which is actually incredibly high. HHC in the chat, thanks for the wave, brother. But Bitcoin dominance, folks, is going up right now, which means people are mostly making money in Bitcoin. Of course, there's some altcoins out there that you could be making some good money in too. Obviously, a lot of traders are taking advantage of some of this volatility, riding around some of these inflation fears and some of the recent conversation around the bank crisis. Looking at the last 7 days, you got Bitcoin up 18.25%. In the last 7 days, Bitcoin is up almost 20%. Smash up the like button for that one. T. Jackson, good to see you in the chat. Welcome, everybody. Welcome. If you guys have any questions today, I'm flying solo. No Blacksea today, so I want to answer your questions in this stream. Let's do a little Q&A, guys, but a lot to talk about, right? I mean, Ethereum even up 10% over the last 7 days is absolutely incredible. Bitcoin hit $26,000 yesterday. That was incredible, guys. That was absolutely incredible. And we've been talking a lot about on this channel. Hey, Papas, good to have you in the chat. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. We've been talking a lot about how when Bitcoin breaks above the $25,300 level, we were looking for a 30K Bitcoin. Well, that was a big fake out, guys. But we did find a new channel, which I want to talk for you guys, a new trading channel that you might want to check it out on the charts. But let's take a peek at some of these other altcoins, guys. Moon Toast is good to join. Thanks for having us. Thanks for joining the chat there. Binance right up 16% over the last 7 days, up to $330 overnight. This thing went up 8%. That's absolutely incredible for Binance Coin. I saw some other influencers on Twitter talking about they were doing some leverage trading on that. You can make some good money right now with some of this volatility. Cardano getting called a security lately. Let me know what your thoughts are on that, folks. Do you think Cardano's a security? Do you care if the government is starting to call some of these crypto coins we love a security? Fit in Crypto, feelings on Fulcrum Finance on Cronos DeFi, leverage trading 25x. Yeah, Fit in Crypto, great question. Let's look at Cronos real quick. So Cronos right now, remember, what is Cronos? I mean, we talk all about Cronos on this channel. Cronos, I love how they keep this on Crypto.com too. Crypto.com coin has rebranded to Cronos. That happened a long time ago. But Crypto.com, one of the biggest exchanges in the world, one that we love a lot on this channel, rebranded to Cronos. The Cronos coin is, of course, the utility token for the Cronos blockchain. Now, there are a lot of great dApps on there, Fit in Crypto, and Fulcrum is a great one. I did check out that leverage trading tool. I learned a little bit about it, and I saw, I think it makes a lot of sense. I think it looks like a pretty good product, and I see a lot of traders are pretty happy about it. It seems like it's running very smoothly right now. Let me know what your thoughts are. If you used it, I'm very curious what your thoughts are. But, Crow right now, it's brutal. You know, we're going to take a look at the CRO versus Bitcoin chart, and it all is going to make sense. If you've been frustrated over the last month with some of this price action, right? We were all the way up to 9 cents, came down to low half, dipped barely into 5 cents. Well, why is that happening? We'll take a peek at that. We'll look at the charts. But just note, guys, right now, crypto is moving in a very, very good way. And let's talk a little bit about CRO and Bitcoin. So here is the CRO versus Bitcoin chart. Now, I don't know what happened to all the channels. I had a lot of channels drawn out here, and we'll just draw them again really fast. But this is a main price level that I'm looking at. You can see historically, we've hit this back in 2019. We hit this back in 2021, and it looks like we might be coming down, and this is exactly what Blacksea and I have been talking about on the channel. Smash up the like button if you've been watching these videos, and you are keeping your eye out on this channel. I expect CRO to bounce off this price level, and as you can see right now, it is certainly moving in that direction. Now, we've drawn some other channels here as well during some of these videos that we've been talking about. I believe I had a channel right here as well, and I think we're currently bouncing off that, so I wouldn't be surprised if we have a bounce off this, off this wick. You can see we're kind of trading at this level, a good bounce. This is when we had our November of 2021 bull market for CRO Coin versus Bitcoin, where CRO, let me just remind you guys, CRO rallied 400 and almost 500% against Bitcoin. Can that happen again? You might be asking right now. Absolutely. Absolutely, that can happen again, and I would expect it to happen again. And matter of fact, if we do break down to the low half here, to this lower level, and we continue to break down against Bitcoin, which might happen, folks, we could have up to 1,000% rally if we hit the previous all-time highs for CRO Coin against Bitcoin. So smash up the like button for that. Show me some emojis in the chat. Alpha. We got Alpha in the chat. Alpha is a fantastic Twitter influencer, guys. If you're not checking out Alpha on Twitter and you're not looking at his Twitter spaces, you're missing out on a fantastic conversation. There's a lot of conversation going on in the chat right now. Fit in Crypto, you're asking about Fulcrum Finance. You want to get an idea of some of the dApps, and you want to get an idea of some of the NFT projects in the CRONOS ecosystem? Well, don't look any further than the Alpha Twitter space. Check that out, guys. Check that out. Papa's saying, I believe ADA is very underestimated coin. It is not a security, and it will be one of the most important coins for the future. I like ADA and appreciate Charles. Now, yeah, a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with Charles. Some people don't like him. Some people do. I'm right in the middle. He was an Ethereum co-founder. He was split off to create his own project, which is a cool thing, right? And I think that's a plus. I think Cardano looks pretty good, right? I looked into Cardano quite a bit. It had some really great price action in the last bull market. Let me know in the comments if you made bank on Cardano in the last bull market. ADA was going crazy. I'll say I have one complaint about Chris Hodgkinson, though. He complains about other projects all the time, and he tries to fear other projects. I just don't love that attitude, and that's the only complaint I have. Other than that, I think CRONOS is great. I think Cardano is great. I just don't love that Chris Hodgkinson, the face of Cardano, likes to bash other projects at any chance he gets. It's really not about bashing projects, in my opinion. It's really all about bringing the communities together and creating a conversation and discussing the differences. Solana is a great project, right? But there's some issues in Solana. There are some blackouts on the network. That being said, you can't FUD that project because look at all the community-driven projects on that, way bigger than the community-driven projects on CRONOS, which hopefully one day we can see CRONOS NFT ecosystem get as big as the hype that's around Solana. And I know Alpha, we talk about that on your Twitter Spaces as well. I mean, that's something we'd love to see for the CRONOS community. So we'll have to keep an eye on that, guys. But no, don't panic. Yes, CRO Coin's going down right now versus Bitcoin, but this is all within expectations, guys. And I got to draw. I'm so bummed that my levels went away, guys. It's really a bummer. I had some pretty good levels that I drew out. I think one was right here. I think I had another one over here. I'll have to go back in and create some of them. But be on the lookout because eventually, guys, we will get back up to the top of this range. And we can at least say, hey, there's probably about a range somewhere over here. Again, we'd be looking at let me just pull out the measurement tool. Easy couple 100% gain. Easy couple 100% gain. And again, it just comes in time. We're waiting on an altcoin rally. 400% gain for CRO versus Bitcoin. Let's look at the Bitcoin chart, though. Let's take a peek here at the Bitcoin chart. If you guys are just joining us, welcome to the Crypto Report. Thanks for hopping in. If you guys want to become a member like T. Jackson, why don't you show them some of those sick emojis you got as a member? If you're a member, guys, by the way, you get access to our private Discord, so don't miss out on that. A lot of good conversation going on in that private Discord, so check that out. And let me pull up my Bitcoin chart for you guys real quick so you can get an idea of how I'm feeling about that Bitcoin. Let's check out some Bitcoin, guys. So right now, I'm trying to find my Bitcoin chart. I'm feeling bullish, guys. I mean, let me know what you're feeling in the chat down below, but I am feeling bullish. I guess here we'll take a peek at Ethereum while I have the Ethereum chart pulled up. Let's take a peek at the 4-hourly candles. So I was kind of drawing a little bit of a range in here, and we'll have to see if this plays out, but you can kind of see this sideways trading wedge just kind of moving straight to the side. There's a chance, guys, I got to acknowledge we could come back to the bottom of this range, but if Bitcoin does break above $30,000, I would not be surprised to see Ethereum try to break out above this $1,800 range and move towards 2K. Ethereum, again, not sure why my Bitcoin chart's not working, unfortunately, so can't really pull that up properly for you guys right now. There we go. Okay, yes, smash up like. We got the Bitcoin chart going. So let's talk a little bit about this. So if you're a trader and you're trying to find an opportunity in Bitcoin, well, there is some key price levels that you got to keep in mind. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. We'll go to the dailies for you. T. Jackson feeling bullish, smashing up the emojis. Love it. T. Jackson saying, I've been loading up my bags with CRO. I love it. I'm a holder, not a trader. Loving the sale prices. It is. You got to say one thing. If you're looking at that Bitcoin versus CRO chart, one thing's for sure, it is definitely on discount. It is definitely on discount. But let's look at this Bitcoin chart. So right now, Bitcoin is trading in this crazy big range. You can kind of see up and to the right, which is like what we like to see. Now, yesterday, 2 days ago, actually, we hit above 26,000. We hit all the way up to $26,380, almost $26,400 we hit. And we kind of retraced down, which is all within expectations. And now we're moving back up, which is actually very interesting. I would not be surprised, folks, if this candle reached the $25,300 level, which was our previous breakout prediction for Bitcoin, and possibly traded back down to this lower range at $23,300. But if we can break above this $25,300 level, do expect to see us test the $26,260-ish range. And depending on what happens next week with the FOMC meeting, with the interest rate hikes from Federal Chair Jerome Powell and the Board of Governors, and keeping an eye also on the dollar chart. You got to keep an eye on the dollar, which right now had a little bounce today, which is very interesting. We had a bounce actually yesterday, which is probably why we had the retracement in Bitcoin. And now the dollar's coming back down today, which is why we see the S&P 500 actually bouncing off a key resistance, as well as Bitcoin making its move back up, trying to make its way back to, the $26,000 range that we like to talk about on the channel, guys. So let's look back at this Bitcoin chart again. It just looks great. It really looks fantastic. And if we can get this weekly candle closed, these are the weekly candles. Now, if we can get this weekly candle closed above $25,300, I do think we're making our way to $30,000 Bitcoin in a hurry, folks, in a big, big way. Papa saying also very important event, if not the most, is coming to an end, and that's the lawsuit against Ripple. Yeah, everything points to a win for them. That is a good point. We got the FOMC meeting. That's huge, Papas. We got that coming out. We got the banks collapsing, which we're going to talk a lot about. Hang in there, guys. We're going to talk about the banks. And then you do have the Ripple fear, which is basically, how is the SEC going to continue to fight crypto, and are they going to win that fight? And it does look really good for Ripple. A lot of people are speculating. But I do think one of the more important things here is if this S&P 500 can continue to break out, I think that remains to be a bullish thing for Bitcoin and crypto. So it's going to be another thing we keep our eye on. Where's the fear and greed index? Great question. I didn't pull that one up today, but if I had to take a guess, we are looking greedy. Why can I say that, though, without even peeking? I mean, You got a weekly candle like this on Bitcoin, and you also see that Bitcoin's up 20% over the last 7 days when you look at CoinMarketCap. There is no doubt in my mind that the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is flying up into the green right now. But that doesn't necessarily mean that a sell-off is coming, right? Because the truth is, T. Jackson, now that you're asking, the truth is the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is a lagging indicator. And also, when a bull market really comes for crypto, it does not matter. It does not matter where the Fear and Greed Index is, because this entire time that Bitcoin was making this move right here in the previous bull run, the Fear and Greed Index was probably above 80. It was probably well above 80. It was way in the green. And then when a real bull market comes, it just stays in the green. And then we had this retracement. We went way into the red, and then we hit the green again, and we probably went back above 80. So, Fear and Greed Index, something cool to look at, but nothing to make a trade off of. One of the big things that I do want to look at is the liquidations. And over the last couple of days, there's been a lot of money increasing longs, increasing leverage. It looks like quite a bit of volume. A lot of short liquidations over 150. Let's see, 170. Let's see, 178. You're looking at over a half $500 million liquidated over the last couple days, which is very, very crazy to see. And on the long side, there was a couple liquidations on the long side as well, which is something you got to note. So exchanges are making money, and the leverage trading does create a lot of volatility in the markets, guys. TJ, I'll call you TJ. Thanks for the heads up. TJ, I got you, brother. I got you. Make sure you get in the Discord. You are a member. You got access to that Discord, TJ. Let's chat, man. Let's chat. So one thing I want to show you guys is some of the different metrics that you can look at here on CoinGlass. We looked a little bit. This is CoinGlass. This is where I get all these total liquidations. Check out CoinGlass, guys. It is a fantastic website. These are some things that I like to look at. Again, these are all kind of lagging indicators, right? But it gives you an idea of what's happening in the market. These are all the liquidations. You can look at some other metrics here on CoinGlass as well. What you're seeing now is the percentage of longs versus shorts in the market. And this is actually moving in real time, which is really crazy to think. Right now on Bitfinex, 90% of all the leverage trades on Bitfinex are long, 60% in general for Bitcoin, but on Bitfinex, 90% almost are long. That is crazy to look at. On Binance, 60% of traders are long. And so the shorts are looking weak right now. Right now, the shorters are scared to short. Why? Because they know, they can see that Bitcoin is getting ready for a breakout to 30K, folks. It is getting ready for 30K. Let me know. By the way, here, I'm going to do this. We're going to do a little poll, fam. I want to know, do you think Bitcoin can hit 30K before April? Let me know what you guys think. We're going to put the poll out in the chat, and I want to know what your guys' thoughts are. Do you think Bitcoin... Oh, sister, TJ. Oh, I think it's Granny Jackson. Okay, I got you, TJ. Sister. I'm sorry to assume. But let me know if you guys think that we are going to hit 30K before the end of the month, okay? What is the Fear and Greed Index? The Fear and Greed Index is a metric. I'll show you guys before the end of the stream. I don't have it pulled up right now, so I don't want to grab it right now, but it shows you whether traders are feeling fearful or greedy. And it's an interesting tool to look at just to get an idea how everybody's feeling on the market. And in case you didn't know it, the Fear and Greed Index, folks, not only takes into account the trading action, but the social media metrics of how people are feeling in social media, optimistic or pessimistic. So there are a bunch of different metrics that come into play for that. So so this is something that's interesting. I want to show you guys longs versus shorts. Longs are looking strong, and that's good to see. Let's look at the Bitcoin monthly percentage return. So this is a really cool, again, CoinGlass, guys. If you're not doing this on your own, you're making a mistake. You got to check out some of these metrics, guys. These are fantastic. Bitcoin monthly returns. Let's look at the year 2023, January. We knew we had a 40% pump in January. Smash up the like button if you love this crypto action we're getting right now, guys. Subscribe as well. Hit that subscribe button. But right now, I mean, January was bullish, 40% gain. February turned green. It was at the buzzer, but it turned green, 0.03% gains. Huge gains in February. 0.03%. At least it was green, right? And now March, we're at 6.74. Now it is the middle of March. We got half the month still remaining and the FOMC meetings coming out. Now, Europe came out and they did raise the interest rates. We're going to talk a little bit about that here in a minute and how that is going to impact the price of Bitcoin. We are not at the end of the month yet, guys. Be careful if you're leverage trading, especially if you leverage trade, guys. I really only recommend it for experienced traders. If you want to try it, there are links in the description down below, but please be careful. If you're a new trader, I don't recommend it. If you want to learn about it, you could check that out, but it's there for you, free money in the links down below. So March looking good right now, but is this something where we can expect Bitcoin to keep going up? You might be asking yourself. Well, let's look back in history, right? I mean, history doesn't prove future performance, but 2019, February, March, April, May, June. 11%, 7%, 34%, 52%, 26%. 5 months in a row of green. Let's look back at 2017. 32%, 52%, 10%, 17%, 65%. Guys, 7% retracement, and then 47, 53, 38% gains. This is insane to look back at, and it can give you an idea of what might be coming for this next bull run, guys. 2019, we were recovering from the previous bear market, which is exactly what I would argue, this is where we're at. We're recovering from the previous bear market, and that's kind of what I'm looking for. So we still might have this might be the 7% month. We might have another 10% month, maybe a 50% month. That's still possible for Bitcoin, believe it or not, guys. And I do believe, look at Bitcoin dominance. It's going up. I believe Bitcoin's going to outperform a lot of the alts over the next 6 to 12 months. 6 to 12 months potentially, guys. And so don't miss out on Bitcoin. Don't miss out on Ethereum either. I think some of these smaller cap alts, CRO Coin's a great project. I believe in the dollar CRO. I believe in a $5 CRO, believe it or not. But in the meantime, maybe buy Bitcoin, and then as the alts start to heat up, you can sell some of that Bitcoin that you made some good money on for alts. Let me know what your thoughts are on that down below. Guys, by the way, that's not financial advice. This is entertainment only, but these are some of the things that I've been seeing in the market since 2016. Some of the things that me and my partner Blacksea think about. So let me know what you think about that, guys. Let's hear your thoughts. Aioli, another great day indeed. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Fetal crossbreeds bad billy goats on CRONOS. Okay. You're liking some of those NFTs on CRONOS. I love it. But let's look at the overall market cap. Now we've been really on top of this chart here at the Crypto Report. Smash up the like button, by the way, if you guys have been watching the content and you guys have traded successfully around some of these predictions we made. What have Blacksea and I been talking about? The $1 trillion market cap for crypto. We anticipated that we could get another bounce off the $1 trillion level, break through and break back above. It's exactly what happened. The catalyst that brought us back above the $1 trillion mark is some of the banking conversations that have been going on in the market. Now, I wouldn't be surprised, guys, if we saw another test off this. That being said, I am actually leaning much more towards that we are going to break out past the $30,000 level. And based on the poll in the chat, it looks like 71% of you agree, and we might even see that this month. So that would be fantastic, guys. We'll have to keep an eye on that as well. But historically, guys, and this is something I want to note because we're going to talk more about the money that might flow into crypto for the next bull market so you can get an idea of what to expect and how much money we can actually make. I've hit 1680. Let's go, Alpha. I love to see it. Alpha, I'll tell you, I think that ETH might hit 1800 in a hurry. Let me know your thoughts on that. It might. I've been watching the ETH chart. Looking strong. If Bitcoin can break 30K, ETH might hit 2K, to be honest with you. I really feel like it could hit 2K in a hurry. So I'm getting excited about that. But looking at the overall market cap, remember, we hit $3 trillion in the last peak of the last bull market. And right now, we're trading just over $1 trillion. So we are still $2 trillion short of the previous all-time high. And what happens with crypto, guys? Historically, what happens with crypto? The answer is we break all-time highs and we shoot back up towards the moon. We have price discovery mode every single bull market, and we anticipate that to happen again. And we'll have to see exactly how big it can get. I'm curious, can Bitcoin, can crypto hit a $10 trillion market cap in the next bull market? Well, back in 2018, it hit a $800 billion market cap. Into the next bull market, it over tripled to hit the almost $3 trillion market cap. Can we get up to a $9 or $10 trillion market cap? I think so. I think there's an argument to be made. Let's start talking a little bit about it. How are you talking about some of these crazy numbers, Crypto Kip? Well, let's get into the stories. It's story time, guys. It's story time. So smash up the like. Now, Credit Suisse. I'd really maybe heard it in passing. I wasn't very familiar with this bank. But over the past couple days, banks in the U.S. have been failing, and now banks in Europe are failing too. This is a Swiss bank worth over $500 billion, guys. This is a $500 billion bank, okay? Well, what we've seen over the last few days is Bitcoin and crypto have been rallying. Why? Because people are deciding to bank with crypto and Bitcoin over banks. At least that's what we believe here on the channel, and there's a lot of reasons we believe that. Actually, if you go historically back to the reason that Bitcoin was created in the first place by Satoshi Nakamoto, the main guy, part of the conversation here. He created it after the financial crisis when the government bailed out the banks and the executives at these failing banks got to keep their jobs, and it was a big old bailout. Satoshi Nakamoto came up with a system where there's peer-to-peer transactions on a verifiable ledger on the blockchain as an option for us to opt out of the traditional banking system. And here we are today, and banks are failing for the second time in a very big way. It just in last century, which is incredible. And you look at the amount of money in a bank like Credit Suisse, $500 billion. What if they totally fail? Now, Credit Suisse did get a $54 billion lifeline from the Swiss government, essentially. So this is very interesting to see. This is from the Switzerland Central Bank that this came. But if this doesn't work, then what? Because they said they're only going to give $54 billion. They're not going to extend this any further. So if the $54 billion does not keep them afloat, and by the way, Credit Suisse is doing very bad banking practice. If you look into this story and you learn a little bit more about what Credit Suisse is doing, they're taking on way too much risk. They have not been operating in a proper way for years, and they've just really been deteriorating. If you look at the stock for Credit Suisse, it's just been declining consistently over the last 10 years. It just, in a big way, it's just going down just consistently. And there's really an argument to be made that this bank was going to fail no matter what over time, and it has been if you look at the chart. And this whole situation going on with this bank failure could cause them to absolutely collapse. Now, this $54 billion injection is supposed to keep them afloat, but it's still a big question. Can this actually keep them afloat? And is anybody else going to be able to do anything about it? It's kind of up in the air, and really it gets me thinking, if $500 million are in this bank, remember, guys, the crypto market cap's up to $3 trillion. $500 million. $500 million in one bank. This bank is 2 times bigger than Silvergate Bank, and even bigger than SVB Bank as well. I think it's 2 times bigger than SVB Bank, actually. $500 million. If this money starts flowing out of the banking system and it starts flowing into crypto, that can have a serious move. A move possibly of the likes that we've never even seen yet in the crypto markets. We've been talking about, this time it's different, or institutional investors getting into the crypto markets. Well, what if the institutions that are banking with banks choose to bank with crypto instead? What if they choose to put more and more of their cash reserves and more of the money that's in these banks into crypto instead? That could cause billions, if not trillions of dollars to flow into the crypto market, getting us not only to a $10 trillion market cap in the next bull market, but possibly something even bigger. This is something that I've been thinking about a lot on the channel. So smash up the like if you love to hear that, if that's what you're thinking about. But here's something that's really, really sketchy. The FDIC is asking right now signature buyers to stop all crypto business. Think about this, guys. The FDIC, which is basically buddy-buddy with the Fed, it's the same thing essentially, right? They're asking the people that are coming in to try to acquire Signature Bank to stop all crypto. But if you want to buy this bank, you're not allowed to deal with crypto. Is that fair? Is that right? Is that okay, guys? Let me know in the comments down below. I think that it's just getting increasingly more and more clear that there is a serious concern, a serious risk. If the banks start to fail, the centralization of the government, of the money rulers of the world, if you will, the monopoly that the government and the rich, right, the wealthy have on our money is threatened. And so you've got the government right now saying the banks are fine, the banks are fine. FDIC is begging buyers to not do crypto business because they don't want to support the crypto ecosystem. They don't want it to grow. Why? Because they know that it's a threat, and they know that if people start moving their money out of the banks, then the banks can't buy the government bonds and the treasuries, and then this whole system is looking less stable. Let's put it that way, guys. The whole system gets less stable. But, over time, innovation comes. You go back to when the internet came, and you go back to the crypto.com or the dot-com bubble. It was a bubble, and it popped. It popped for sure, but then it came back, and there's a couple winners that came out of it, and you couldn't stop the internet. If anybody was resisting the internet back in the day, which, believe it or not, people resisted the internet, right? Those people lost. If you don't embrace the internet, you're going to fall behind in business. Well, the same thing's coming with crypto. If you don't embrace crypto and you don't embrace the internet 2.0, then you are going to fail as a country, and you're going to fail as a business, really. And so this is something that's very, very bizarre. I don't think they can stop crypto, and I don't think they can stop crypto, but they're certainly trying. And I think that's what this story tells us. I think that's really what the story tells us here. And experts are starting to call cryptocurrency a bystander in the SBF signature bank. This is good to see that people are starting to say crypto's a bystander. But to be honest with you, I don't think that cryptocurrency has anything to do with this collapse, except for maybe one thing. Maybe one thing. There is a conspiracy theory. Let's put on the tinfoil hat again, and let's talk about it. SVB banked Circle. Circle has $3 billion. SVB had Circle as one of their clients, and that is billions of dollars. And here's the thing. Billions and billions of dollars, guys. $3 billion, and it's actually $3 billion out of the $40 billion that Circle had was banked with SVB. There is a chance that there was a actual attack on this bank with the hope that it would collapse USDC coin, which I do believe the government sees as a threat. You look, the FDIC came in and took this bank over, and now the FDIC is urging people to stay away from crypto business as they look for a new buyer on this bank collapse. It does seem like maybe there is an attack on these institutions, these crypto institutions, and it's the banks versus, the banks versus crypto. I think that's what we're dealing with, and it's very, very interesting to watch. But I do believe, crypto was a bystander. But I don't like to, it almost makes it seem like crypto's a victim. I would argue that crypto is going to get more traction than ever before because of all this. So I don't want to, call Bitcoin a victim here. Matter of fact, I want to say it's actually a fantastic thing for crypto. And let's stop blaming crypto too for traditional finance failures. This is great to see. Everybody's talking about these bank collapses. You see so many people saying that it's crypto's fault that these banks collapsed. And that's just not how it is. By the way, guys, smash your like button if you haven't done so already. And leave me a comment. Ask me a question, guys. Let's do a Q&A throughout this thing. Let's talk a little bit. If you guys have any questions, please leave me a super chat or ask me a question in the chat. Let's talk a little bit more about it. But we do not want to continue to see crypto getting blamed for traditional finance failures. They're two separate things. And it's hilarious because the government is, they want two things at the same time. And in one way, they want to say crypto exchanges need to operate on the traditional rules and the laws that we have, just like the banks and just like traditional finance firms. But they don't want to treat them like traditional finance firms either. So they say one thing and then they do the other. And this is just, it's constant hypocrisy. And really, it's just such an apparent front. It's a front. Why? They're threatened, guys. We know this here. We absolutely know this. Yeah, asking in the chat, I feel like it was a coordinated attack. I totally agree with you. Sterling Lee, to be honest, no one is going to buy crypto because they want what is easier. Everyone at work still thinks I'm insane for holding crypto. Sterling Lee, you really believe that no one's going to buy crypto? I don't understand that. We look historically, $3 trillion flew into the crypto markets. I just totally disagree. I mean, that's why we create this channel, right? That's why we talk about crypto every day. We believe in the future of it. And if you hold crypto, I certainly hope you believe in what you're holding as well. You know, you got to believe what you hold, or else maybe you shouldn't be holding it, right? So these are some of the thoughts we got going on here, but I am really tired of this whole traditional finance kind of blame game going on. And here's something this is absolutely hilarious. Smash up the like button for this. Speaking of hypocrisy. Okay, Jamie Dimon. Jamie Dimon is the CEO of Chase Bank, JP Morgan, one of the biggest banks in the world, who right now is getting more business than ever before, by the way. If you guys have an issue, when I was in school, you heard about monopolies and you heard how they're bad for the economy, and it's a risk to the financial system having monopolies, because then small businesses couldn't thrive and survive. And you see people complaining about moving manufacturing overseas, and you see people complaining about Walmart versus the mom and pop shops. Well, if you have issues with that, well, then you should have big issues with Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan Chase Bank. Because one thing is for sure, and this is why I believe that this might be a coordinated effort. I do think that the big banks and government and the Fed could be in on this together in a way where they're attacking these smaller banks that are trying to adopt crypto exchanges and adopt crypto companies and bring them into their book of business. And I think that they're trying to crush the competition so that we basically nationalize the banking system, so that JP Morgan, when all these small banks fail, where does everybody that wants to bank put their money? They put them in the big banks like JP Morgan, like Morgan Stanley, like these other big banks out there, Citibank. And so these big banks are just going to get bigger and bigger, and really we're going to have less and less of a say on how they operate, right? If you eliminate all the competition, then basically, there lacks competitiveness for the consumer, and then we don't have as much of a choice. We want choice. We want a free market. We want choice. And it's not good to see these big banks get bigger. But it is interesting to see that crypto companies are now asking Jamie Dimon to hold their money. And look at this smug man. He's the smug man. I'm the CEO of the biggest bank in the world. He's so smug. He hates cryptocurrency. His company is adopting crypto technology. He's adopting blockchain technology. And they were absolutely saying, banks should avoid crypto. And now what are they doing? They're happily opening their doors to all the crypto business. First, they say banks should avoid crypto business. Banks collapsed on some of that fear because of social. It's absolutely horrible. It is absolutely horrible that Jamie Dimon could come out and say, you guys should avoid the crypto banks. Avoid the crypto banks. Any bank dealing with crypto is irresponsible. These are some of the talking points that he came out with. Now they're taking this crypto money happily. They are happily taking in this money, and he's excited. Why? Because he's going to get rich, because he knows the crypto's here to stay. He knows that they can't beat crypto. That's exactly what's going on here, guys. It is so obvious, and the big banks, the monopoly on the banking system is only going to get worse, guys. We need crypto. We need decentralization. We need Bitcoin to be a place where more people start to bank with Bitcoin. It's very, very interesting to see. Now, I talked a little bit. BitBoy Crypto, one of the biggest YouTube influencers for crypto, is starting to bank into crypto with all his personal finances. That's fantastic. I've been doing that. I mean, guys, I take my credit card. I use my credit card with my bank. That's it. I use my credit card with my bank. I pay my bills. First thing I do when I get a paycheck, I pay down my credit card. The first thing I do. In fact, I pay it down any chance I get. The next thing I do is I take all my money and I put it in Bitcoin and crypto. That's what I do. I'm not advising that for you guys. That is not financial advice. If you believe in crypto, maybe that's something you want to do. Maybe you just want to put a percentage in. To each his own, guys, to each his own. I believe in that it's very safe to bank with Bitcoin. Personally, I don't mind the volatility. I'm here for the long term. Over time, historically, Bitcoin goes up on average about 100% year over year. That sounds pretty good to me, instead of a conservative, you can get 2% in the savings account if I invest with the white-haired, Jamie Dimon and JP Morgan. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do it. I don't need it. Where I want to keep my money is in crypto, real estate, gold, or things that I believe. Maybe I'll buy a car, hold a little cash to buy the dip. That's understandable. But cash is dangerous to hold. You don't want to hold too much cash, right? Because inflation's out of control and it's not getting any better. We know this. This is what we know, guys. TJ said, I did great with Sandbox. Now I've been taking profits from Gala. Love to hear that. and really don't know where that came from. Gala Games, yeah. I mean, I think that could be a big one. And TJ, you're also saying, banks are starting to fear crypto. Yeah, they've been scared for a while, TJ. Sterling Lee, you're doing the same thing, paying off the credit cards and buying crypto. I love it. I'm excited to watch your portfolio grow as these markets grow. I think we're going to do pretty well, Sterling Lee. It'll be interesting to see. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. But JP Morgan accepting crypto companies to start banking with him after saying that crypto banks should avoid crypto. Very interesting. He is a liar. He's a liar and he's a fraud, and I don't like him at all. Let me know what you think in the comments below about that, guys. I'm heated up today. I'm heated. We're having fun. Guys, do me a favor. If you're watching this video right now, help out your crypto bags by smashing up the like button. We need to push crypto content in the YouTube algorithm. People need to be looking into this. People need to hear the truth about crypto, the truth about the benefits of blockchain technology, and the battle against the banking system. If you hit the like button, it lets YouTube know that you like the content, and it suggests other people to see not only my videos, but any other YouTubers you're watching. You got to hit the like. You got to support the community if you want the asset to go up. We need to get YouTube to like pushing crypto again. Right now, YouTube ain't pushing crypto in the algorithm, and I think it's very interesting to see. I hope that this is not an intentional move. I hope they're not specifically doing this. The only way we can test it is by hitting the like and seeing if it changes anything, guys. But the European Central Bank is causing more fears today. Why? Because the European Bank is doing rate hikes right now despite this market chaos, despite the failing banks, guys. Right now, why are banks failing? A lot of you guys might be wondering. Well, these banks are failing because basically they took your money, they invested in treasury bonds. Over time, the treasury bonds basically got less valuable. They're losing on the treasury bonds, and nobody wants to buy them back. And they had to basically realize a loss, and this is why all these banks need to get bailed out. Well, same thing's happening in Europe here, I believe, and the European Central Bank had to raise the interest rates today, which is going to further hurt the banks in Europe. But they didn't have a choice. They had to raise the interest rates. Why? Because the euro is facing terrible inflation, just like the United States. All government currencies, the euro, I think the yen too, the dollar, all facing horrible inflation right now. Definitely the dollar and the euro. I can't speak too much about the yen. But the euro and the dollar are having horrible inflation. And the European Central Bank had to raise the interest rates, which is now causing fears. As the SVB bank collapsed and we had the FOMC do an early meeting just I think it was Monday, actually. They had an emergency meeting from these bank collapses, and a lot of people were speculating they might lower the rates next FOMC meeting, which is coming up next week, by the way, guys. Next week, the FOMC meeting is coming up. People were thinking they might lower the interest rates. People were thinking they might only raise it by 0.25. People were thinking they might keep it flat. We were leaning towards the fact that we thought they were going to keep it flat. Well, now that Europe's raised their rates by 0.5%, that conversation is changing. Now, what you're looking at right now is a chart. It's a probability chart of whether the Fed is going to raise the interest rates by nothing or by 0.25%. Now, there's an 83.4% chance right now that the Fed is going to raise the rates by 0.25%. I believe if this happens, it could be bearish for the markets. But if this happens too, and the markets go up, that would not surprise me either. Why? Because there is definitely an argument to be made that inflation is doomed in America and that we're really not going to be able to fix this even if they do raise the rates. The road to fixing inflation just got really tough because these banks are failing, and as these banks fail, the fight against inflation is going to get harder and harder, and it's likely that the Fed will have to lower interest rates probably sooner than they want to, and inflation will continue to skyrocket, which is very bullish for Bitcoin. So there's really two sides to this coin, guys. On one side, a 0.25% interest rate hike is probably going to cause some fear. I wouldn't be surprised to see a dip on the news. And then possibly as people start to understand, hey, inflation's doomed anyway, let's just buy Bitcoin. Let's opt out of the dollar. Let's opt out of this inflationary asset and move to Bitcoin. Maybe that would be the catalyst to continue to move it back up past $30,000 and into the next bull market. Past $100,000. Let's see if we can get that. So it'll be very, very interesting to see that as well. I think the market will stop listening to them. I don't know who you mean by them, but if you're talking about like the Fed, yeah, I mean, I do agree with you. At a certain point, I think that we're going to just start shrugging off some of this conversation about the threat, and we're just going to get to business as usual, back to a Bitcoin bear market, and who cares what the Fed's doing? It's all screwed up anyway, right? I mean, if you guys, you look at this magical money printer, it just came out today too that we might have to give $2 million here, $2 trillion, excuse me, that we might have to start printing again to kind of help with this whole banking crisis. That's going to make inflation terrible. It just seems like there's almost no end to it. So, though, we're an 83% chance of a 0.25% interest rate hike for next week. This is not locked in solid yet. This is not for sure. This fluctuates daily. So we'll have to keep an eye on this for you guys, for sure. I have to keep an eye out for it for sure. After receiving clarity here in the States, that's when we will see crypto's true potential. Concentrate on tokens and projects who offer real-world utility and DCA, while hashtag HODL and SEC versus Ripple says Legion Connect. Legion Connect, yeah, I totally agree with you. I mean, look, the thing is we need to see crypto regulation come about in a way that allows crypto to continue to operate here, not only in the US, but globally. And then once the government gives a green light on crypto and we can get over some of this stuff that's going on, then we can start to really see cryptocurrency move up in a big, big way. Trillions and trillions of dollars will flow into the space. One thing I talk a lot about on the channel, Legion, I don't know if you're a subscriber, but we talk a lot about gold versus Bitcoin. Right now, gold is a $12 trillion market cap. Bitcoin's got a $500 billion market cap right now. I do believe that it is very, very likely that one day Bitcoin will flip the market cap of gold. And if that's the case, that is a $400,000 Bitcoin easily. And if you're holding one Bitcoin today, yes, congratulations. You have an opportunity to do almost a 20x on your money on Bitcoin, which is absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible to see. But there's some things we got to get over here. This was a very, very interesting story I wanted to share with you guys very quickly. FTX influencers face $1 billion class action lawsuit over alleged crypto fraud promotion. This is absolutely crazy. So a couple names. I mean, I love these YouTubers. Meet Kevin. That's Kevin Pathrath. Graham Stephan. He's really big. Andre Jick. Jaspreet Singh. Brian Jung. Jeremy. Tom Nash. Ben Armstrong even. That's BitBoy Crypto. Ben Armstrong. They are all getting a huge lawsuit, class action lawsuit over alleged crypto fraud protection. Basically, they did not disclose that they were getting money from promoting FTX, and so they're going to get sued over it. It will be interesting to see how this kind of plays out, but just kind of something I wanted to share with you guys, a little bit of an interesting news story for the day. But here's the facts, guys. Remember, gold's at a $12 trillion market cap. If Bitcoin can get up here, this is back up to the $400,000. Guys, it is possible. It is possible that Bitcoin could get above $10 trillion in the next bull market, especially if the regulation piece comes into the picture, if the banks really do start to fail. And I think there's an argument to be made. The banks are looking like they're about to fail. I don't think the banks are going to go away, but I think a lot of banks are going to collapse and it's going to be a big bailout. And I think people are going to lose faith in the banks. And I think they might look for an alternative to the banks, which could be Bitcoin and crypto, possibly gold too. Gold might go up. So Bitcoin might not flip gold, but gold and Bitcoin just might fly in this next year or 2 years. Let me know what your thoughts are on that in the comments down below. I'm very, very curious. As a matter of fact, you know what? I'm going to put out another poll. Do you think, here's another poll, guys. We'll do one for you. Let's do this. So I'm going to close this. Boom, boom, boom. End poll. Okay, so we close that poll. 75% of people do believe that Bitcoin will hit $30,000 before the end of the month. Let me ask you this. Do you think Bitcoin can flip gold in next bull market? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know. Put the votes. The votes are out. Let me know what you guys think. Can Bitcoin flip gold in the next bull market? I think it's possible. I think it's unlikely. I think it's possible, but we're going to have to keep an eye on what's happening with the banks because that's really one of the biggest stories, guys. Let's talk a little bit about, okay, so if the banks do fail, well, where do you go? Let's talk about crypto.com again. So, and not just crypto.com, but all the crypto exchanges overall, right? But crypto.com is doing a great thing right now. First off, back in 2021, they acquired CFTC-regulated NADEX, which was really, really a great move for them. Why? Because they were able to launch, and this is one of two things that you got to keep in mind for Crypto.com that are coming up. They were able to introduce up, down options. The first regulated derivatives product through Crypto.com app, rolling out progressively across the U.S. Across the U.S., the USA. How did they get this done? Well, the answer is in what they did to acquire this business. They acquired a CFTC approved company, which give them the regulatory approval to operate and utilize this project in the United States. This is one thing that Crypto.com is doing that sets them apart from every other crypto exchange out there. They are the most regulated exchange, which is actually extremely bullish in my opinion, because they're able to put out products that are legal, that are very useful, right? More opportunities for investors to do some savvy trading here with Crypto.com. And, you could bank with Crypto.com. I do have the Crypto.com debit card. I don't know if you guys know. I've showed this on the channel a couple times, but I'll show you again. So this is my Crypto.com card, guys. Back in the day, I actually did get this rose gold card. Yes, in case you're aware or not aware, it was rather expensive to get. Now, I staked a lot of money to get that card. When I got the card, it was very, very exciting, and you get your welcome pack and you get all the extra benefits. Well, they changed the benefits, and actually I pulled away the stake for the card, but I can still use this card every single time I want to buy something. All I got to do is basically keep a little bit of cash in the Crypto.com exchange. I can sell a little bit of crypto, put it into cash, and have it in my debit account on the Crypto.com. I don't need a bank. I could use Crypto.com. And matter of fact, BitBoy Crypto, as he's moving away from traditional banking into crypto banking, he said even on his channel, you got to go back and check it out. He uses the Crypto.com. In fact, it's his most trusted card in his wallet. Even though they don't talk about Crypto.com on his channel, he loves the card. And I think this is going to be a key factor to some of the growth that's coming for Crypto.com and the crypto market as people move away from banks, look for options to work with crypto exchanges instead of banks. This is going to be a good option. Crypto.com is absolutely going to be a good option. So we'll keep an eye on that. But this is really great, guys. This is a great new product. I think it's going to cause a lot more excitement around Crypto.com and just more utility for the Crypto.com app. And then eventually, more utility for the Crypto.com token. And also more utility for the CRO token. Ready to find out more about Main City? That's right, guys. Crypto.com is coming out with its own metaverse. We've been talking about this, getting very excited about this on the channel. But it is coming. The Q2 launch of the Loaded Lions Main City is coming up fast. Now they have another update for us, and here is the story. People are getting really, really excited. Loaded Lions Main City. You see some CRO coins here in the image. Well, yeah, that means there's more utility coming for CRO. They talked a little bit about some of the definitions in some of their previous releases, but now they start talking. Each player will receive one mansion. So if you have a Crypto.com land NFT, which right now, by the way, you guys can buy at a $44 floor price on the Crypto.com NFT marketplace. Again, another spot for utility for the CRO token. The land is $44 right now, and a Dune Goon. If you're a Dune Goon, let me know in the comments down below. But yeah, the $44 floor price. So each player will receive one mansion, regardless of how many Crypto.com NFTs, land NFTs you own, with various rooms in it. With the gold and diamonds that players earn, they can decorate their rooms by purchasing furniture. Aesthetics aside, doing this grants players XP, which goes towards increasing their avatar's level. This is very, very cool. Now they're saying you can buy like cars in the game. There was furniture. Well, there's going to be Ducati, Megasport. That's pretty funny. Cars are coming for your Loaded Lions in the game. The Main City Marketplace, there's going to be blueprints of businesses which players will be able to trade on them in an in-game marketplace, appropriately dubbed the market. And you'll be able to list these items for sale or make purchases from their fellow tycoons there. And all market items will be priced in CRO, guys. More utility for the CRONOS token, everybody. I love to see it. For items that players purchase from the market or the furniture store, they will be able to keep them in their inventory permanently. This is very, very cool. There's no need to worry about furniture businesses or blueprints expiring. There were boosters. If you have a cub or you have a Loaded Lion, you get extra gold generation for all your buildings. So these are some more little bits of news that they're coming out with. This is great. They're feeding more and more information, building more and more excitement about this project. I really, really like to see it. Very, very exciting. A couple people in the chat seem to have their CRO card. Yeah, I love the card. Check it out. Feedle, you only got the ruby card. That's fine, I think I get the same value out of my rose gold card these days. I took away the stake and the rose. It's just cool to have a card that you can sell. Hey, you make some profit in crypto. You can sell a little bit of the crypto and you could go buy yourself a coffee, right? Maybe you don't want to sell your crypto for coffee. That makes sense too. Hold the crypto, maybe spend the cash. Sure. But it is a very cool thing and a lot of utility coming for the CRO coin, guys. You got more products coming for the Crypto.com exchange. You do have the Loaded Lions main city. Right now, the Loaded Lions, by the way, give you in-game benefits in this metaverse. They're at $1,275, looking very, very affordable right now, guys. I bought my Loaded Lion at like $2,400. I got a Viking. He's wearing a suit. He's got the helmet with the CRO logo on it. It's super cool. I love it. But I overpaid for it, I guess, at least in the meantime, or I could have gotten it at a better price. I do believe that not only will I get the value back, I'm going to hold my lion for the long term, but I think that I could make quite a bit of money on that lion down the road. I think the lions will go up in value as people start to learn more about the metaverse and play the game and want the lions for the in-game benefits. So this is something that if you haven't bought a lion yet, they're looking pretty affordable right now. Maybe you want to consider checking that out. TJ, you're asking, where can we buy land at $44? Yeah, the marketplace. Go to crypto.com NFT. Just type in crypto.com NFT into your browser, or if you're using the crypto.com app, all you got to do is go to the NFT platform from there. You can buy it straight through the crypto.com app. It's so easy, TJ. Check it out. Check it out. TJ, don't have a loaded line. You can get one of those cheap too. What up, son? Johnny, good to have you in the chat. Good to have you in the chat. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining, guys. So smash your like button if you're getting excited for some of this. And if you don't have a loaded lion, guys, you do have a chance of winning one on the channel. We're giving away a loaded lion on the channel, guys. We're so excited. At 25,000 subscribers, we're almost at 8,000 subscribers, guys. At 10,000 subscribers, we're giving away $1,000 worth of Bitcoin. But at 25K subs, which when the bull market comes, the subscribers are going to come very fast. So getting ahead of this, you have more of a chance towards this giveaway. And if you're a member on the channel, you get a huge accelerator towards this giveaway. An additional 10 entries for every single month you're a member on the channel, guys. So check that out. TJ, you got a good head start. You also got anybody else in the chat, Texas Crypto. You got the whole Crypto Report fam. I mean, yeah, you get a little extra benefit here towards the giveaway. And also, we are doing 5 videos every day. Here's the channel, guys. And if you want to become a member, all you got to do is go to the page and join right here. You get awesome loyalty badges next to your name in any of the comments on the channel. And these custom emojis for this live stream. T. Jackson, can you show them some of those custom emojis in the chat just so they know what it's all about? Thank you. Thank you. Guys, looking for some questions out in the chat. Looking for some questions from the community, guys, because I'll tell you what, overall, I'm feeling really good. I'm feeling really, really good about crypto, guys. I'm super, super excited for this next bull run. I have been accumulating, like I said, I pay off my credit card debts, and then I look to accumulate more crypto because I believe in cryptocurrency. I believe banking with Bitcoin over banking with the big banks. And if you do as well, smash up the like button and let me know, by the way, what coins are you guys buying? What coins are you guys taking a peek at right now? Because there are a lot of great coins out there. There's a lot of different ways to skin a cat. You like crypto? Well, maybe you want to buy some Bitcoin and Ethereum. Make sure you got 2 of the biggest assets that are out there right now. Maybe you like the metaverse a lot. Maybe you're looking at Sandbox. Maybe you like gaming. You're going to buy some Gala games. Maybe you got another project you're looking at. There's a lot of really great projects out there. Maybe you're excited about some of the AI plays. Maybe you got some Fetch AI token. Maybe you got some Magic, right? There's a lot of great AI plays out there, which might be one of the biggest movers in the next bull market. Maybe the AI hype has died down a little bit, but there are going to be 10, 20, 50, 100x, 1,000x gains in the next bull market. Different coins will have different gains. But one thing's for sure, guys. When Bitcoin decides to make its move, guys, back to the previous all-time high, we still have 167% upside just to break to the next all-time high, guys, which historically happens for crypto. It will break its previous all-time high unless something drastic happens leading into the next bull market. Got to keep an eye on the S&P 500, which is looking extremely bullish right now. Extremely bullish. Right now, the S&P 500 is up almost 3% on the day, 2.5% on the day. That is absolutely massive for the S&P 500. This is also bullish for crypto, believe it or not, guys. One day we do want crypto to split off from the traditional market. Absolutely. We want crypto to split off from the traditional market. But right now, we are playing the game next to the S&P 500, and this is a good little start. Absolutely beautiful bounce. Look at the bounce. You know, you saw that bounce. We're going to continue to look at that here on the channel, guys. Yeah, so let's see some of these other questions. Do you deposit cash onto the card and spend the fiat balance? Yes, so that's what I do. Well, actually, no. I take my crypto. I sell a little bit of crypto, usually crypto profit. And then I just put $100 at a time on the card. You know, I make very small purchases with my Crypto.com card. Maybe I'll take my lady out on a date with my Crypto.com card. Maybe I'll, go buy I don't know, a movie ticket, or maybe I'll buy my cup of coffee, my morning coffee at McDonald's or something with my Crypto.com card. Sometimes I'll pay for my gas with my Crypto.com card, right? But I just use it accordingly, right? I just use it as I need it. Some people in the chat talking about XRP Papas. You got an eye on XRP Papas. That's, could be a good play, right? I mean, I got a cousin actually going to his wedding tonight. Congratulations to my cousin. Very exciting. That's why we're doing this live stream a little earlier today, but he's got a lot of Ripple, and I wish him the best on Ripple. I think that it's going to do probably pretty well. You know, you can argue that it was held back during the last bull market, and when it gets relisted on some of the exchanges, Ripple could absolutely explode potentially. We'll have to keep an eye on that. If Ripple really can find a breakout past its previous all-time highs in the next bull market, and the SEC case is one, yeah, Ripple could be huge. But I think if the SEC case is one, it'd be bullish for not just Ripple, but all of crypto like we were talking about earlier. Storage, yeah, Filecoin is a cool coin maybe. Fetal, you're asking about storage, yeah. There's some good storage coins. Wilson Cortez, AVAX, Avalanche is looking pretty good. Quant, a lot of quant fans out there. I'm looking to pick up more quant as well. But I'll be honest with you guys. I talked about it in our last live stream. The thing that I'm looking at most right now is Bitcoin. I'm looking at Bitcoin, guys. I'm looking at Bitcoin in a big, big way. I do expect it to continue to have a move up in a bigger way than most of the alts, including CRO. But eventually, there will come a time where Bitcoin will move a little bit slower than the alts, and the alts will have a huge rally against Bitcoin. So it's kind of a game of moving your water into different glasses, if you will. Maybe you're buying Bitcoin right now, and as you're waiting for the altcoin rally, wait for the altcoins to hit bottom against Bitcoin, sell some of the Bitcoin, maybe you buy some alts. That's something I'm going to be looking at doing here, and we'll keep you posted as I start to do some of those moves leading into this next bull market, which, believe it or not, guys, Bitcoin's up 20% over the last 7 days. We're still not in a bull market. Isn't that crazy to think about? All right, guys. Well, that is all I got today, guys. That is just about it. I'm Crypto Kip. This is the Crypto Report. Thanks for coming in, guys. Thanks for joining us here in the chat in this Crypto Report community, guys. If you want to become a member, just go in the link in the description down below. Got free money for you when you sign up for Binance, BitGet, Femex. So check that out as well. We're having a lot of fun. Live streams every Tuesday, Thursday at 5:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is all I got today. 30K Bitcoin. The community has spoken. You guys think it's coming this month. We'll have to keep an eye on it, guys. This is the Crypto Report. I'm Crypto Kip. Don't forget to smash up the like button. X out of the chat. Smash up the like button. It helps us in the algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. And as always, folks, you got to remember to DCA, HODL. And we'll see you next time, guys. That's all we got. Peace. Have a great night.